Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. When the standards in a society are lowered, the whole society suffers. When you have mediocrities being recognized as men of valor with value, and men of valor are called names and ridiculed by the masters of propaganda, something is terribly wrong. What do we have here? Maybe you are familiar with, his name is Harry. I think he's still a prince. I would say unfortunately, but it's not for me to decide. I think he should have been stripped of everything a long time ago. Unfortunately, and it's not his fault, we got some idiots who really feel the need to be close to nobility. They crave the presence of nobility. Even though nobility was not earned in case of Harry or William, there was just given by birth. It is true that these princes, they had to undergo certain kind of training, but look how well that nobility, elevated, sophisticated training, how well it played for Harry. He was at one point sent to Afghanistan, if I remember correctly, and he went over there in some missions. Okay, as a helicopter pilot. Very good. I like pilots. That's why I will contrast Harry's achievements with other pilots. Two of my favorite pilots. They died. One during the First World War. Can you guess who that is? No, Manfred. Sounds familiar, Manfred? And the other one died later. His name is Adolf. Not that one, a different one. Adolf was not a pilot. He earned Red Crosses, second class and first class, but anyway. So what do we have here? Let me show you how Harry, Prince Harry, I think he still got a title, so let's call it as it is, Prince Harry, was named a living legend of aviation. Now, you know, John Travolta, he's also a commercial pilot, or how should I put it, personal pilot. He flies a big 707, whatever, fighter jets, oh my God, jets, whatever, big jet. So he's a pilot. He's not a living legend. He's just another citizen who learned how to fly, and he is flying. Very good, but he's not a legend. So let's go here. First article, the Mercury News. Freddie Mercury or just Mercury? Okay. John Travolta pushes for Prince Harry to be named a quote-unquote living legend of aviation. But these guys want something here. I don't want to continue with anything. I don't want to sign in on anything. And besides, I don't want to give you any money. A living legend of aviation at Hollywood Gala. It says here, organizers have taken offense to accusations that Friday Night Award to Harry is a publicity stunt, while past honorees have included such famous private pilots as Travolta, Tom Cruise, Harrison Ford, and Angelina Jolie. So imbecility, it seems like, did not occur only with Prince Harry. It occurred with other imbeciles. But this is what happens with these guys. They don't have enough. They want more. Like, for instance, I heard, oh, Tom Cruise is doing his own stunts. Proof! Look over there in the Petronas, whatever, or maybe in Saudi Arabia, in Dubai. He's over there hanging. Oh my God, isn't he so courageous? I get so wet. That kind of wet. So let's get in here. Next one. The Telegraph. Prince Harry to be recognized as a living legend of aviation at ceremony in Beverly Hills. The Duke of Sussex will appear on the red carpet tonight before receiving the controversial award. There he is with his handler. This is the access card of this. Jesus Christ. All right, where's my perfect future queen? I was about to say Meghan. Jesus Christ. Princess Kate. All right, let's move on. Sky News. Prince Harry recognized as living legend. This is to be recognized, and this to be recognized, and here he finally is recognized because it's the Saturday the 20th. Legend of Aviation for services to British Army. The Duke's appearance at the award ceremony in Beverly Hills comes on the same day he dropped a libel claim against Associated newspaper. Blah, blah, blah. Here he is. Okay, very good, man. Nothing against that, but you're not a legend. That's for sure. I will show you some legends. How do you so he completed 2 tours in Afghanistan as a forward air controller and an Apache helicopter pilot, having flown countless, that means numerous, fantastic, we lost count of training missions in the UK, US and Australia. Training missions, but doesn't matter. Anyway, so what do you call a legend? The legend is someone who excelled extraordinary at something that he was doing. Or let's say in rock and roll. Elvis Presley, king or not king, he excelled. He was one of the guys. So he is a legend. The Rolling Stones, the Beatles. These guys are legends. Why? Their impact, they did something, sold albums, were craziness. This guy is not a legend. Now let me show you 2 people who are legends, but they're very politically incorrect, but I don't give a fuck. First one, I like this guy very much. You can still find him on, not only in, so it's Adolf Galland. So he flew 705 combat missions, and he's got credited to 104 aerial victories, all of them against Western allies. Why is that important? Because the Western allies were better prepared technologically and as pilots than the Russians. There were others in Germany, there were aces that shot 230 or something like that, or even more planes, but most of them were in the Eastern Front against the Soviets, which was much easier. They were not prepared, their airplanes were garbage at the beginning. Then they got better. So this is one guy. You still find this guy on YouTube interviews talking about some people, and not only. And you're gonna find him unapologetic. This guy, and read about, he was, I think, the youngest general or something. He was not a marshal, that's for sure. But anyway, the youngest general. One of the 3, I think, he got a Diamond Cross of the Diamond Bobby Boo Boo Boo, or something like that, and he was not very happy with Goering. I mean, Goering was not happy with him because Goering, the fat and the opiate guy, he was an ace too. In the First World War, no, he's not one of my legends, okay? Just, he fought in the First World War, he was an ace. He was one of the 2, I think. There was a given, he and, what's his name? The Desert Fox, the guy who shot himself when these guys came, and the guys that these guys are talking, what's his name? Rommel. I think he's got the same kind of cross that what's his name had? Hermann Goering. So Hermann Goering was an ace as well, but he was too elevated, too sophisticated. And I'm going to show you now the other ace that I personally like, because he was an ace, he was a legend on the wrong side. But here it is, Manfred von Richthofen. This guy right here. And when you eat that pizza called Red Baron, that's him. Okay? That's him. Did you see that triplane? The red triplane of the Red Baron? That's his triplane. You remember the biplane with 2 wings, one on top of the other? He had the triplane. 3, pop, pop, pop. He got shot down by an Australian guy who he was flying too low and shot him down, and he landed the plane and he died in the plane. He was shot by the guys, one Australian from the bottom. This is the guy. You see, that's what I'm talking about right here. Right there. Richthofen wears the Pour le Mérite, le Blue Max, Prussian highlighted, blah, blah, blah. I think this is the one that Goering also has. So the Red Baron right here. So whenever you eat pizza, that's for him. So yeah, you're a Nazi. Here is not Nazi because he was not a Nazi anyway. So here he is. Now, look at that guy. Look at this guy's face. I'm a man, and I'm straight, okay? And look at this guy's face, and then look at, I was about to show you this guy. Horrible. Never liked that guy. Anyway, and you look at this guy. Now that's a legend, and this is a legend. What is this? I mean, I'm not going to put the garbage over there, right there. By the way, you can visit, it's legal to visit he was buried 3 times, I think, Manfred. One when he was shot down in the area over there, they gave the body to the Germans, one over there. You can find on YouTube, you find his burial. And the next time in a different place, and then the third time, the final resting place, you can visit his tomb in Deutschland. And what am I doing? Right here, not me. This guy. And then you have him videos with him. You can see him on. And this guy, the same thing. He can visit his tomb if you want. He got a problem with the nose. Here he hit his nose when he was flying in a glider. I think it was a glider, because that's what they were doing. And then boom, hit it with a face or something like this. But very intelligent. He was smoking always like to smoke cigars. And at one point, I don't know, I like to talk about these guys because these guys were men. In the wrong side, but they were men. And someone painted a portrait for him, but he didn't stay over there. He said, well, you take this guy, one of his little adjutants, you paint him, you see my face, here's the picture, and he left. So they painted him, and he was with like this, and he stays with a thumb in like this, and or something like this, and he has the cigar, and right there he got a cigar. And supposedly the story goes that Adolf saw that because they were promoting this Adolf. So they were promoting Adolf Galland as a symbol for the generations, blah, 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 blah. And because of that, the cigar, Adolf, the big Adolf, said that they can promote that is too, how they call it, too much of a rank. No, you can identify that with little people, with people like no. So they didn't publish that one for Adolf. Anyway, my friends, a lot of stories about these guys, and now our values. And I'm not talking about these guys, but this fought, and you got this guy. Well, it's for you to pick your values, for you to pick your heroes, and we should all have the right to do so. But there's two things when you find out who someone is. First is tell me who you admire or who are your friends, and the other one is open your mouth, so I know who you are. The same here. Our values right now are pushed to be that Meghan Markle and this. Jesus fucking Christ! I said enough already. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.